Hi, I'm John Isley. I've had the good fortune of studying with a veritable plethora of some of the greatest saxophonists and musicians in New York. Jimmy Heath, George Coleman, Lawrence Feldman, David Liebman, Joe Lovano, Lenny Pickett, which was one of the most wonderful aspects of living in New York. My time there led to basically just being a working saxophone player, and been very fortunate to develop a relationship with people in the Broadway scene and in the commercial music scene in New York, which led to my doing the national tour, moving out in 2004, and my subsequent being on the road again currently. So probably there are two major challenges to life on the road, to being a traveling, working musician full-time. First is to find your own space and to allow yourself personal space while traveling with a group of people that you see day in and day out, 300 to 365 days a year. Maintaining your self-awareness to know when you are reaching a point where you need to go away and be by yourself and to find a nice quiet place to have dinner, to enjoy yourself is a must. It keeps you sane, and it also keeps the people around you sane, and contributes to much healthier relationships. The second biggest challenge is maintaining your instrumental proficiency and your chops. It's one thing to show up every night to work and to do your show and to do your gig. It's another thing to maintain a healthy discipline and a healthy dose of maintenance on your instrument. I would say the number one thing that comes to mind for me would be tonal exercises, long tones, overtones, things of that sort, to keep the instrument in your face, which you can do for 5 or 10 or 15 minutes at a clip, either in the hotel room or at the theater or at the venue before you start, that allows you to continue your relationship with the instrument. Spend time thinking about the things that you want to work on, listening to other music, coming up with little snippets of ideas that you would like to get into your playing, so that when you have 10 minutes you can sit down and run through a quick technical exercise, or a very explore a new harmony, pick A7 and explore that for 10 minutes. Anything to keep your mind nimble, to keep your fingers nimble, but mostly it's all about working on tonal exercises and sound to keep that at the forefront. So I've been a RICO artist for about 4 years now, and pretty much from the beginning of that I experimented with a lot of different things, but I became very enamored with the Select Jazz series of reeds, and I play Select Jazz on all of my horns, all of my setups, from soprano to baritone, in pretty much every setting. All of the show work that I do, all of the jazz and commercial work that I do. On soprano, I'm playing 3 hard filed Select Jazz. On alto, I'm playing 3 hard filed Select Jazz. The tenor, I play 4 medium Select Jazz filed, and on baritone, I'm playing 3 hard, 4 soft Select Jazz filed. The thing that I like about the Select Jazz series of reeds is their consistency. I find a great deal of consistency from reed to reed in a given box, from box to box on a given horn, and from horn to horn with the reeds, which, if you're doubling a lot, is very, very important. To have setups that play well together. If I'm switching from tenor to baritone, or from baritone to soprano, or from tenor to alto, it's very important to me to have a consistency of feel, a consistency of response, a consistency of color, and I find that to be quite the case with the RICO reeds. I also love this new product that they have come up with, the Reed Vitalizer reed case. Have looked for years for a case that allows me to store reeds in a way that they are playable and viable without too much preparation or too much work on my part from gig to gig. When you're running from one place to another and you're dealing with 3, 4, 5 instruments, you don't always have a lot of time to prepare each instrument's reads as much as you might like, and to have a situation where you can pull it out of the box or out of the case and it's right there and it's working, that's a wonderful thing. Their new neck straps are excellent as well. It's a padded memory foam, I believe, and they're quite comfortable, very good on the neck, and somebody who's had some neck problems and some issues from years of having a saxophone hung around his neck, I can say that they're quite comfortable, and the connecting hook to the body of the horn is a fantastic piece of engineering. Easy to get on, easy to get off, but it won't fall off the horn.